Q6091-6. What type of training aids are interactive? A. Interactive video. B. Web-based instruction with email discussions and assignments. C. Multimedia presentations. The correct answer is B. Web-based instruction with email discussions and assignments is a type of training aid that is interactive. This form of training involves utilizing web-based platforms or websites to deliver instructional content, engage learners, and promote active participation. Web-based instruction allows learners to access learning materials, engage in discussions, and complete assignments through online platforms. The inclusion of email discussions and assignments adds an interactive component to the training process. Here's why. Web-based instruction with email discussions. Learners can engage in discussions with instructors and peers through email. This interactive element allows for communication, collaboration, and the exchange of ideas related to the training content. Learners can ask questions, seek clarification, share perspectives, and actively participate in meaningful conversations. Web-based instruction with assignments. Assignments in web-based instruction involve practical application of knowledge and skills. Learners are given tasks or projects to complete, which they submit through the online platform. Instructors provide feedback and evaluation on the submitted assignments. This interactive aspect encourages learners to actively apply what they have learned, reflect on their understanding, and receive guidance from instructors. 6089. What are the essential steps in the demonstration/performance method of teaching? A. Demonstration, practice, and evaluation. B. Demonstration, learner performance, and evaluation. C. Explanation. The correct answer is C. Explanation refers to the step where the teacher or instructor provides a detailed and comprehensive explanation of the task, skill, or concept to the learners. This step focuses on conveying information, providing context, and clarifying any doubts or questions that learners may have. The explanation step is crucial in setting the foundation for learners' understanding and ensuring they have the necessary background knowledge to engage in the subsequent steps. It helps learners comprehend the purpose, relevance, and expected outcomes of the task or skill being taught. By providing a clear and thorough explanation, the teacher can guide learners through the learning process, help them grasp the key concepts, and create a strong foundation for successful performance and evaluation. It's important to note that while explanation is an essential step, it is typically followed by the demonstration of the task or skill and the subsequent performance and evaluation by the learners. Together, these steps form a comprehensive approach to teaching and learning using the demonstration/performance method. 6073. The method of arranging lesson material from the simple to complex, past to present, and known to unknown is one that A. Creates learner thought pattern departures. B. Shows the relationships of the main points of the lesson. C. Requires learners to actively participate in the lesson. The correct answer is B. Arranging lesson material from the simple to complex. This sequencing approach starts with presenting simpler concepts or information before gradually progressing to more complex or advanced topics. By introducing simpler concepts first, learners can build a foundational understanding and gradually develop their knowledge and skills. This allows for a smoother learning progression and helps learners grasp new and more challenging concepts in a step-by-step manner. Arranging lesson material from the past to present. This sequencing approach follows a chronological order, starting with historical or foundational information before moving towards more recent or current developments. By presenting information in a historical context, learners can understand how concepts have evolved over time and gain a better understanding of the context and significance of the subject matter. This chronological arrangement helps learners develop a comprehensive perspective and connect the dots between past and present knowledge. Arranging lesson material from the known to unknown. This sequencing approach leverages learners' existing knowledge and experiences as a foundation for new learning. By starting with familiar or previously learned concepts, learners can relate new information to what they already know, facilitating the assimilation and comprehension of new ideas. This approach enhances learners' ability to make connections, transfer knowledge, and build upon their existing understanding. By organizing lesson material in this way, the relationships between main points become clearer. Learners can see how concepts build upon each other, how historical context shapes current understanding, and how prior knowledge can be applied to new information. This method helps learners develop a coherent mental framework and aids in their retention and application of the lesson content. 6071. The proper sequence for the subpart of an introduction is A. Attention, motivation, and overview. B. Attention, development, and overview. C. Overview, motivation, and conclusion. The correct answer is A. When delivering an effective introduction, it is important to follow a logical sequence of subparts to engage the learners and set the stage for the lesson. The recommended sequence for the subpart of an introduction is attention, motivation, and overview. 1. Attention. The first subpart is to capture the learner's attention. This is typically done by presenting an intriguing question, a thought-provoking statement, a relevant anecdote, or any other method that hooks the learner's interest and makes them curious about the topic. The goal is to create an initial interest and draw the learners into the lesson. 2. Motivation. After grabbing the learner's attention, the next subpart is to provide motivation. This involves explaining the significance and relevance of the topic. The instructor should highlight the benefits of learning the subject matter, how it relates to the learner's goals or interests, and why it is important for them to pay attention and engage with the content. The motivation subpart aims to create a sense of purpose and personal relevance, motivating the learners to actively participate and learn. 3. Overview. The final subpart is to provide an overview of what will be covered in the lesson. This involves giving a brief outline or summary of the main points, topics, or objectives that will be covered. The overview helps the learners understand the structure and organization of the lesson, providing them with a road map of what to expect. It also helps them mentally prepare and anticipate the content that will be presented. By following the sequence of attention, motivation, and overview, instructors can effectively capture the learner's attention, motivate them to engage with the material, and provide them with a clear understanding of what will be covered in the lesson. This sets a positive tone for the instruction and helps create a favorable learning environment. 6074. When teaching from the known to the unknown, an instructor is using the learners: A. Current knowledge of the subject. B. Previous experiences and knowledge. C. Previously held opinions, both valid and invalid. The correct answer is B. When an instructor teaches from the known to the unknown, they start by building upon the learner's previous experiences and knowledge. This instructional approach recognizes that learners already have some existing understanding or familiarity with the subject matter, and the instructor leverages that knowledge as a foundation for further learning. By connecting new information or concepts to what the learners already know, the instructor helps make the learning process more meaningful and relatable. It allows learners to make connections between what they already understand and the new information being presented, which enhances their comprehension and retention of the material. Teaching from the known to the unknown acknowledges that learners bring their own prior experiences, knowledge, and mental frameworks to the learning process. By tapping into this existing knowledge base, instructors can facilitate learning by providing relevant context, bridging gaps, and guiding learners towards deeper understanding.